welcome back to the channel. I'm Bree, a software engineer and your tech bestie who is spending the holidays in Newport, Rhode Island. I thought it would be a fun idea since I used to live here and I'm experiencing old things and new things to take y'all along with me. So we flew into Providence, Rhode Island, and after a really short but beautiful drive down to Newport, we are staying at the Newport Marriott, and this is our lovely view this morning. So, fun fact, I actually used to live in Rhode Island for about 3 or 4 years. I actually went to college not too far from here, and this is actually where my husband and I met. I'm using Tatcha, the matcha cleanse, and I'm also going to be using the moisturizer that comes with it as well. But even though we didn't technically live here in Newport, we lived super close, and Newport is actually where we spent a good portion of our first 2 years together, just running around and doing all kinds of fun stuff in Newport. But of course, at the time, we were both two broke college kids, so a lot of the things that we did were free things that you could do, just watching the water or enjoying the beauty of Newport. So it's really fun to get to come back as adults with adult money and to be able to experience the things that we couldn't do when we were younger because we didn't have the money. So it's been about 10 years since we've been here, so I'm really excited to get to see all of the stuff that's new, but it's also super nostalgic because we remember all of the things that we used to do, and it just brings back all of those good and fun feelings of when we had just, started dating. So I'm excited. I worked here in Newport at a couple of different restaurants, so it's fun to come as a tourist versus, just coming to work every day during the summer, which I really did enjoy, those restaurant jobs that I had. They were some of the fun jobs that I had when I was younger. I will say I am not a girly who loves the cold, and it is freezing up here, which I definitely knew. I think the weather is reading at 17 degrees right now with the feels like of 0. And I don't miss that about living in Providence or being here. I don't love the cold at all, but it is super frigid, especially now that we live in Georgia. So we can't do all the fun things that we used to do, of course, during the summertime. I think we're gonna start the day with some coffee. I'll see what we do from there. So we are headed to the Nitro Bar to go get some coffee and a little bit of breakfast this morning. The sun in the back of me is a little crazy, but I'm really excited. I've seen this place pop up on TikTok a couple of times, and I just had to try it. So I ended up getting a black raspberry latte, and it was super delicious, very chocolatey, enough hint of a raspberry. Jamie opted for the chai tea latte, which he said he really liked and is still drinking it right now. And we both got bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches, which were really good. So all in all, it was a really good breakfast, nice and filling. This morning, it's slightly warmer than yesterday, emphasis on slightly, very slightly. So what better thing to do than take a look at some of the gorgeous mansions? We're gonna start with one that is beautiful and right on the water. First mansion that we're touring is the Breakers. Is the summer cottage, would you believe, of the Vanderbilts, and it is over 70 rooms, very opulent, very big, very spacious. I can't even imagine calling this a cottage or just being like, hey, sorry y'all, I'm so sorry about the space, it's only my summer cottage. But I would love to see this in full bloom of the spring or summer. So we are on our way to have a dinner at 22 Bowens. It's a steak and seafood restaurant here, and it's funny because I used to work at the restaurant right next to it, and I've never actually been. So this will be a really fun experience. I started with one of their signature cocktails called the Champagne, and then we did quite a few different appetizers, and then just kind of We didn't go light on our main dish, but I think we were kind of full by then. So I think some of my favorites that I had were the scallops, which were really, really good, which was one of the appetizers. Ooh! And I got the center cut filet for dinner. Jamie ended up getting the lobster, and this is like the perfect place to get lobster, of course. New England, it's going to be super, super fresh. Excellent meal. We had a really good seat where we could sit and watch all of the boats on the water and see all of the lights. And yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it. But I wanted to check out one place that Jamie actually took me when we very first met. And this is like one of my favorite lookout points across, I think it's Second Beach. What is the real name of it? Satuous Beach. So, what is the name of this? Is
Purgatory Chasm.
Is that the actual name?
I believe so.
Okay. Well, come with me to look at one of my favorite spots to just sit and take in the beautiful wonders of the water at the beach. Let's go. I will show you where we are on the map specifically, but there's this cute little walkway that you walk through, and it's the perfect build-up, whether it's like the fall, winter, whatever, to the most gorgeous view. You've got to be really careful when you come out here because it's obviously just a cliff, and if you come during the winter, it's probably icy, like I see little patches here. But you can just sit here and look out over the water. You can hear the waves as they hit the shore at the beach below. This is like one of the most beautiful and serene, and I just love this spot. It's so nice. We are headed to Barcino, or Parcino, where they are known for their grilled pizzas and their pasta as well. So let's eat. It was a really good lunch. We both started with different salads. I had a kale avocado salad, and Jamie had a classic Caesar. And then we opted for pasta, and I never really have a craving for pasta. And it was actually super, super good. So we are just shopping around some of the little stores in downtown Newport, and one of my favorite things about Newport is all of the small and independent shops that they have and ways that you can support local businesses. So I will say this is one of the things that's nicer about coming in the summertime versus the wintertime, because some of these stores and restaurants are more seasonal, so they're not necessarily open during the wintertime, but I definitely recommend coming out during the summer when everything is in full bloom. So I just popped into Chur Books because I happened to be walking past it on my way back to the car from Barcino, and this is such a cute bookstore. They have a little bit of everything, and for anybody who loves romance like I do, there's a ton of stuff in here, but this is such a cute bookstore. We happen to be coming out of the bookstore, and we saw Get the Scoop, and I wanted a little something sweet after we had a super savory lunch, and ice cream, even though it's cold, it was definitely going to hit the spot. So I ended up getting my favorite, which is strawberry, and Jamie got a vanilla milkshake, and so good. Super, super creamy. I'm going to take a shot every time I say super after this, because that was way too many times that I said it in that last sentence. But yeah, so overall pretty good so far. Really good lunch. We've seen the mansions, or at least one of them so far. The other ones have closed at 3 o'clock, so we're gonna have to go take a tour of the other ones tomorrow. And then we're ending it with some ice cream and some books. Not too bad.
Not too bad.